So continuing on where we left off our little project with our 3D turned off light bulb here, I'm going to go back to Element, click the Scene Setup button to again open the scene interface where we have our scene here, which basically consists of just this one bulb. And I'm going to go back over to my model browser, click on the starter pack, and there's also this bulb on model. So I'm going to click this, that adds the bulb onto our scene. Now that did not replace our bulb. If we click on the bulb here, we can see it, and then bulb on, we can see that there. So there's two different objects in our scene. And we want to be able to control them independently, and actually we want to animate between these two objects. So in order to do that, we need to put these objects on different groups. I want my regular bulb to be on group 1, and that's active here, we can see that. But right now, bulb on is also on group 1, and we don't want that. So I'm going to click on that to disable it from group 1. I'm going to click on group 2 to enable the bulb on onto group 2. And now we'll be able to adjust them and animate them separately. And I'll show you what that looks like. We'll go ahead and click OK here. Now, when we click OK and we come back to our scene, we're only seeing the lit up light bulb because that is the one on top of the other light bulb. But if we want to adjust these, we come over here to group 1 and group 2. Now remember that the turned off light bulb was in group 1. So all these controls are going to adjust the turned off light bulb. Group 2 controls the turned on light bulb, and all these settings control that light bulb. And we'll talk about groups later on in detail. But what I want to take a brief look at is this animation engine. If I open this up, this animation engine basically allows us to animate from one group to the next. So to see this, I'm going to enable this, and now we're only seeing group 1. But we're having our start group by default be group 1. That's the turned off light bulb. The finished group is group 2, which is the turned on light bulb. So it's going to animate between these two groups, from the turned off light bulb to the turned on light bulb. And then we can go to the animation slider, and we can click and drag on this percentage, and this turns on the light bulb. Now, it doesn't really turn it on. It's really just animating between these two groups, which is a turned off to a turned on light bulb. So then, let's actually see what this looks like. I'm going to go out to about a second in time. Click the stopwatch for animation at 0%. I'll go out to about a second, and I'll turn that up to 100%. And now if we go back to the beginning of our animation, we have nothing for a second, and it turns on over a second. Of course, we could select our layer and press the letter U to see all of its keyframes. We could drag those together if we want this to be an instant turn on here, like that. Either way, though, we've now created two 3D light bulbs that animate between themselves. This is an absolutely incredible thing. Usually when I have to turn something on, I need some Barry White music and a candlelit dinner, but with Element, it's really, really easy. In the next movie, we'll look at a few finishing touches that we can add to this project.